Hi Gemini, hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your deep love read for the end of October 2020. Can't believe it. Calendar's just flipping by. Guys, remember these are general messages. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. You don't want to try to make it fit. If it doesn't fit, maybe it's not your message this time around, and that's okay. Okay, we have by the book. So, by the book. Very appropriate for our Gemini friends, right? You guys, a lot of you guys are great writers and readers, but this is all about understanding that getting along with a partner. It is just kind of like relationships in general, but getting along with a partner does entail understanding and respecting who they are and who they have become as a result of their experience, their environment, their culture, their life up to the point where you entered. And they have to do the same thing for you. This is about finding the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of each other. And, it's with this idea of playing things by the book instead of trying to heavy hand the way something is conducted or the way something is in your mind supposed to roll out, right? This is really an energy where it's like, okay, don't, if you feel the urge to micromanage something or to insist that something goes a certain way within the relationship, do your very best to understand that if your partner is not on board with you, or if they're responding in a way that's very uncomfortable for you, try to understand where it's coming from, better than anything, because if you do that, your connection is going to deepen as a result of this. And obviously they need to do the same for you, whatever it is, if it's you guys deciding to move, maybe you're buying a house, you're selling a house, or having a baby, or how something is going to be handled with money, or just within the relationship, where do you guys see things going? It's just this idea of respecting each other's individuality. I'm not even going to say boundaries, because I don't even feel like it's an issue with interdependence at all. That's not what I'm feeling, but you just want to respect. You both need to respect who you each are as individuals. Very important to take that into account as you move forward. So now if you're single, that could just be like, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. If you meet somebody, remember, they may not be everything that you need them to be, or doing the things the way you think they should be done straight out of the gate. And it's very important to understand that to them, it might be normal, or the way something should be conducted. We'll talk about that. We'll work that in more as we go. So we're going to do a past, present, near future, final outcome. I'm going to do 4 cards for each. So first we're going to layer 4 and 4 across, and then I'll add another layer here. That. Okay. Gemini, I see there's a reconciliation of some kind here going on for somebody, for sure, right now, because a lesson was not fully learned the last time you guys were together. So we have, in the recent past, we have the Magician reverse, the Page of Swords reverse, the 7 of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So 7 of Cups is about commitment issues, right? Maybe having too many choices, but I'm not sure if I want to do this. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Those of you who are single, that may just be your story in the recent past. Like you weren't with somebody because you were really just afraid to commit, right? And then we have the Page of Swords in reverse. The Page of Swords in reverse is about, first of all, some sort of dishonesty, right? Could definitely have to do with some sort of dishonesty, some sort of bad news coming in. Some of you may have been dealing with some sort of legal or tax issue, something that was weighing you down. Some of you may have been having a lot of issues with your children, and this was weighing on you very, very heavy in the relationship, because Page of Swords, that could indicate that issues with children. But it's some sort of bad news that was sort of circling the relationship. Now, if you have if you're not in a relationship, but if you have kids, it could be that you were in the space of just needing to focus primarily on your kids, and you're really not wanting to commit right now. Something like that, having to do with the past. So we have this working with the Magician reverse. Magician is a Mercury energy, and Mercury rules the 3rd and the 6th house, which is Gemini and Virgo. So it's all about communicating, learning, day-to-day experiences. Virgo is not only a day-to-day work environment, it has to do with your health, mental, physical, emotional. And Mercury is a very alchemical, it's a very alchemical energy, right? So it's about blending of these energies to make something happen. Well, when we have it in reverse, this indicates that there's a very scattered energy. This could also indicate wasting resources, feeling very unfulfilled, having unfulfilled potential in something. So it's almost like something gets stopped short. So maybe your relationship got stopped short. Somebody sort of just out of nowhere ended it, or maybe you guys had plans and all of a sudden the plans fell through. But there is this energy of somebody doing it here, right? It was not a good decision that was made here. It was not what was meant to happen. We have the Page of Wands, which is about setting your sight on some sort of new passion, new venture, something new, a new cycle. You know, definitely like the urge for just a new experience. So the urge for a new experience. So we have dealing with this bad news coming in, and somebody's got commitment issues going on here, and you know, somebody being scattered all over the place. And you know, Gemini, you might have been in a space with a partner in the recent past where you were like, this has been an epic waste of my time. Even though I don't think it really was, but that certainly could be how you felt. Because you felt like you put a lot of energy into something, and either they ended it quite abruptly or you ended it quite abruptly because something was maybe not going the way that you sort of saw in your mind's eye as it was, you know, supposed to happen, and you really didn't see it being able to work out in a particular way. So now we have in the current situation, we have the Six of Cups, which is, and we have this working with the Lover's energy. All right, well, let's just talk about this first. The Lover's energy indicates a breakup, a divorce, arguments. You know, you don't have to be married. It's going to indicate arguments, regrets. Right now, there being somebody who regrets an action of some sort, a recognition of bad choices made. So maybe, you know, whatever was being figured out here, there's some remorse. It could certainly be. But there being some sort of breaking down of the situation, right? There there was some sort of argument or something, right? But now then there was like, right now there is the result of bad choices going on here. So yeah, I just had a thought. I think I'm going to circle back to it. We have the moon. So the moon is, the moon is about unseen problems, voluntary changes, and very much needing to trust your intuition. The moon is everything that you feel underneath the surface. As in, I always say, guys, right, with the moon energy, it's very subjective. The moon rules the 4th house, and another label that we give the 4th house besides home is the story that we tell ourselves, and a lot of times we call it our false narrative. And not that it's not real, but sometimes because there's nobody inside of us to check us, to make sure that, not that we're lying to ourselves because we're lying to ourselves, but maybe we, you know, from a subjective point, we see things a certain way, and we would swear that person did A, B, and C to us, and we would swear that was what they intended to do, kind of thing, right? So that's what ends up happening in the moon energy. These are things that we feel and experience underneath the surface that we really don't bother consulting anybody about, because it's simply our emotions, you know, and our emotions really don't care about facts. They really don't. It's just how we feel, right? So there's this feeling here. There's definitely a feeling. And we have the World here in reverse, and this is about some sort of unfinished lesson. This could also indicate some sort of delay, some sort of issue, but the unfinished lesson really is the key to the World reverse. It's still very positive. The fact that it shows up means that it can be turned upright, but there's something that is not finished. So this could be very, very much so that you're feeling this inescapable feeling, Gemini, right now, where something is not over with somebody. Something is not over. Now, I have to just say, for a couple of you, because I'm being called to do this, I actually feel like we got two different energies here. So for some of you, I feel like maybe you were trying to work something out with one person, but it didn't work out. There was some sort of argument, there was some sort of discord, there was some sort of something, and then you quickly ended up getting back with somebody else that you used to be with. This is really what I'm getting, because in the present, like, I didn't get the Lover's energy in the past. I got it now. So I feel like you might have been with one person and you guys are in this space of either ending things, you just ended things, or you're in the process of thinking about ending things, because there's something to do with the past here. The Six of Cups is either you reconnecting with somebody from the past, or you meeting up with somebody that you used to know once upon a time. Maybe you used to work with them, went to school, whatever, and then you end up having a relationship with them, or you meet somebody who you feel like you've met before, but something like that. But I mean, especially to get those two together, it's like breakup and reconnection. But this is like discord. This is like making a very bad choice, unless it all happened within a couple of days, which could be. I mean, leave it to a Gemini, right? I hate you today. It's Thursday. It's Saturday now. I love you. You know, look, I'm poking fun at myself. You guys know I'm a Gemini sun. And these readings, and I'm not resonating with it. I mean, it's not my reading, but you know, this is what we got. So the fact that we have this lesson that's not learned, feeling, yeah. So we have, let's go into the near future. We have the Page of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Strength energy, and the Three of Cups reversed. Let's talk about the Three of Cups reversed, because this is kind of important. Yes, this is like a lot of gossip going on here about your relationship, Gemini. Everybody having something to say. Now, this could mean that you're with somebody, or you are right now partying too much or being flirty. It doesn't have to be that. This could definitely be the kind of thing where, you know, maybe you and a partner were together at one point. Now you're getting back together, and everyone, like in your family and friends, everybody's like, can you believe that, you know, kinds of thing. It could just be that. It doesn't have to be anybody doing anything like horrific. It's a minor arcana, so I really wouldn't sweat it. If it is the gossip, just, you know what, let it go. People are going to be them. You know, you can't fight that stuff. And we have the Strength energy, which I love this, because this is about self-love and self-respect and being really brave, focusing on the romance of a situation, focusing on the connection, what you guys do together on a Monday through Sunday kind of basis. It's getting to know each other again. It's getting to know each other in the first place. So when I say that, is maybe you're meeting somebody who you felt like you met before, but you were never actually with them. And maybe you've made the decision to leave something where there was a divorce, there was a breakup, and people are gossiping about you in that way. And you believe they're with so-and-so, whatever it is. You know what? Focusing on your fifth house energy, falling in love, romance, connection. Yes. You know, doing you, being you. That's what it's about right now. Really, Gemini. Like, and that fifth house, the Strength energy, which is Leo. Leo's the fifth house. It's very much a me energy. You know. Beautiful. Then we have the Four of Wands. This is the honeymoon card. I love this. This is very nice. Strong foundation. Yep. Celebrating too. Celebrating with family and friends, even though they might be gossiping about you. So maybe, for example, you know, if you were with somebody and you haven't been together for a while, reconnecting with old friends, family, whatever like that. But if it's not that, it's just really having this, what you could feel to be a very strong foundation being built. Like you guys are serious, you guys are talking about the future. You're very pragmatic in you know, what you're talking about. It's not pie in the sky kind of stuff at this point. It's, you know, really like what's going to happen. And that might be where you have to have it by the book, you know, where understand that what they might be bringing to the table might be what they think based on their past experiences. So just exercise some patience here. Oh yeah, and we have Page of Cups. Here we go. Beautiful. I mean, Page of Cups is it's a new love. It's a new love. Now, this can absolutely be a new kind of love, particularly if you guys have been broken up for a while and there's been time for growth. There's been time for a fresh perspective, for the come to Jesus moments and all of that. That would definitely be a Page of Cups energy, because pages really do indicate fresh cycles, new cycles. Okay. Now, for some of you, this could also indicate finding out that you're pregnant. Okay. So just a little heads up there. So we have the Four of Wands and we have the Page of Cups, two really nice energies in the near future. So let's see what's going on as the final outcome. So there's definitely going to be an argument, because something is going to seem unfair. That's where that might come in again too, I kind of feel like. So we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So this is, this, first of all, well, let me just say the first message that I'm getting is some of you who have children may be experiencing some issues with your children right now. Maybe they're having problems in school. Maybe your adult children are having problems in their marriage, with their relationships. And this is an issue within the relationship, or at least it's a topic within the relationship, something that you guys are needing to address together as a couple in order to help out either your child together, maybe you have children separate from your partner, they have children separate from you, however it goes, but the children within this connection, okay? This could also indicate, though, that in the final outcome, you now feeling very, very connected to your partner as you guys are in this Page of Cups energy. As you're building this new love, something might happen where you start to suddenly feel disconnected. And there's some sort of argument that's going to be happening. We have a fast-talking person, Gemini. I mean, this can be you. This is somebody who can be very sharp with the tongue, as all air signs could be. It's just simply part of the archetype. But what the thing is with the Knight of Swords, remember, swords are not only, it's communication, it's truth, though, and it's coming in quite aggressively. And this aggressive conversation can incite a lifestyle change, but it doesn't have to be bad. It could be the kind of thing where it's an air clearing kind of thing, where, where there's this big blowout about how things are being handled, going back to by the book, but then at least on the other side of that, there's change, meaning there's understanding, and there is this ability to move forward and past something. For others of you, you're going to have a big argument. You're going to decide that you don't want to be involved in this situation anymore. It's going to be something different for each of you, because this is a general message, but it's a lifestyle change. So that could be, being together but being even deeper, being together and then being apart, or being apart and then being together. Do you know what I mean? Like where maybe you're not living together and then you are living together, but you guys having some sort of arguments, air clearing as part of the growing pains, and talking about what's fair, what's not fair, right? Because we have this justice. Justice is Libra. Libra is the 7th house of partnerships, right? And when we have this in reverse, this could indicate dishonesty. This could indicate unfairness. Maybe everybody's telling the truth and there's no dishonesty involved, but there's like this element of something just doesn't feel fair. This doesn't feel fair. Now, for others of you, you might be dealing with some sort of legal situation or lawsuit, or something having to do with some sort of paperwork that is creating an issue within the marriage, or relationship or connection, whatever it is. Okay, and then we have the 7 of Wands in reverse, and this is just feeling very weak in the boundaries. You may feel like somebody is stalling. Maybe a situation stalled out, right, where you guys were trying to push something forward. Maybe you put a bid on a house and it ended up falling through. Something stalling out like that. But this does indicate quitting. The 7 of Wands does indicate quitting. So there's this quitting element in the near future. So I really do have a feeling that crowning message was definitely to be forewarned is to be forearmed kind of thing, because it does seem like there's a lot of misunderstandings here in the final outcome of this. So yeah, all right, let's see what Lenormand says, and then we'll pull some love oracles, and then if we need to, I'll pull some wild unknown to get additional clarity. Let's see what ends up coming out for us here. Okay, yeah, so there's a choice that needs to be made. It does seem like that, right? Obstacles. Okay, we get the cage. Again, that's a choice energy. Are you going to keep the cage open and appreciate the rose, which is love, which is mystery, which is benefit? Or are you going to keep it locked up because you're afraid to look at it, or you don't want to deal with it in the way that it's being presented to you? In which case that ends up keeping that love or that mystery or that benefit kept in a gilded cage within you, something that's trying to be offered to you, you're not accepting it because something's really bothering you, Gemini. Something's bothering you about this relationship, about the love. And you really need to look at it deeper with the book of knowledge, some sort of message that's coming into you. Maybe there's a phone call coming into you, something that you're... See, now the birds can indicate social media, but even anything online, but it's a message, a serendipitous message coming in. So, but it's always positive. So there could be some sort of realization. You come across an article online, like, for example, all right, let's just say, I don't know, maybe let's just say money is an issue, right? No, somebody can't find a job and somebody finds a job online. It's something basic like that. Or you've been looking for a house, you can't find one that you could afford comfortably, and all of a sudden, you look at something a little more deeply, you put your investigator hat on and you do some really good solid research online, and you end up finding one that you can afford. It's kind of like this needing to dig deeper in order to get rid of this problem that's very much eating away at you, and that's going to be exactly what the doctor ordered, having the clover as the beneficial outcome. So yeah, it does seem like there's going to be a choice, that there's a choice here, and there's no good choice or bad choice. There's simply, you need to make a decision. Both decisions, though, are going to entail an obstacle, and that's okay, because the obstacle is really not a bad card. It's more about inconvenient, right? But now, in order to get through, what you have to do is keep yourself really, really open and very honest about what it is that's bothering you about this relationship, right? What is it? And then being very proactive and very in a space of problem solving. Yes, but you also have to communicate with your partner that while you see things a certain way, you want to hear them out as well. Because you don't want, I'm kind of getting an energy where you don't want it to end up being power struggle, ends up ensuing here, any kind of power struggle. It's very important for there to be open communication. Absolutely. Open communication, empathy, and respect. Really hear each other as you're speaking. Very, very important here. Yeah. So we have the five. That's exactly what this is, right? It's the Five of Wands. It's like rivalry, feeling rivalrous, right? Dealing with challenges. Like, no, I think it should be this way. No, that way. That kind of thing. It's exactly what that is, right? And then, oh my gosh, we have it working with the Five of Swords. Stop it. And you have to laugh, because this is about, a big blow up, somebody feeling bullied, there being an argument, a battle of the wills, and somebody saying, you're bullying me, no, you're bullying me, kind of thing. Okay, and then we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is about retreating and taking a little bit of rest, renewing things here, taking some solitude, recovery from this argument. All right, and then we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is really just a lot of anxiety, and some of you might be having nightmares. This can be the energy of grief. You know what this is, though? I mean, this is Mars and you, right? Mars and Gemini. And Mars is the Tower energy. Mars's energy is one that always pulls us off of paths that we're not ultimately meant to be on. And I'm not saying to pull you off the path of being in a relationship. I'm saying maybe a way of doing a relationship that's really not serving you or the relationship. And so when we have Mars and Gemini here, it's this realization like something cannot continue the way it was, but not having all the answers as to how it is supposed to be. So it's these ruminating thoughts. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Kind of thing. It's not an external argument so much. It's very internal. Let me just pull one more. Yeah, and then we have the Seven of Wands. But look, we have that one flame going. That one flame. So this is really about defending oneself, each of you, drawing the line in the sand about what you each want, need, and desire. It's not being about more about you or more about them. It's being about you guys as a unit and what you each need, and really listening to each other. So it does seem like there's going to be a little battle of the wills here, and there's going to need to be, again, some empathy and some real respect had, you know. All right, so let's clear these and we'll pull some Island Time Wellness and some love oracles. I hope everybody's doing well. We do have this heavy Uranus energy coming up this week. Big surprises. And it can happen depending on your placement with Uranus. Can happen on your interpersonal level or just out in the world, but we'll see what ends up happening. All right, wedding rings. Wedding rings, union, married, soul connection, right? Doesn't mean you have to necessarily get married, be married, but it's that soul connection, that everlasting promise, right? That eternal love. Oh my gosh. And then we have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction, girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. What? Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. All right, hold on. I think I see what's going on here. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. Yes. The runner. Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. See, what I see happening here is there was an energy that you weren't with. You were with, you guys broke up, you went with somebody else, or you were alone, then there was this reconnection. You know, you were really focusing on you, doing you. You guys were separated. You were making good choices for yourself. But the fact is, this connection is very destiny driven. You guys love each other. And there being this real honesty about why is someone so afraid of intimacy. Maybe it's because of their past. Maybe it's because they've been divorced a bunch of times, or because they never had really good role models, or because, you know, they would see their parents argue with absolutely no resolution. And so, you know, they have this very negative emotional response to any kind of argument. Any kind of argument is horrible in a relationship, kind of thing, for somebody who's had that experience, because, you know, arguing in a relationship is healthy because you have two different people coming together to try to come up with one, you know, combined sort of interdependent situation. That's not always easy, but it's not having the resolution that's the problem. So if you're with somebody, or if maybe you are somebody who experienced a lot of arguing in your early life in particular, but you never got to see the resolve. Maybe there was resolve on the other side of the bedroom door or whatever in quiet, but you weren't exposed to it. So you are therefore, or they are therefore, someone who cannot take arguing any way, shape, or form. And that could definitely, that's, you know, often ends up showing up as somebody, and it's what's difficult about that energy, it's almost like a torture. Because that's the very thing that somebody like that wants, is that love, is the intimacy, but they're so scared of it because that's what they think it's all going to end up equating to. And who wants that, right? All right, so let's pull a couple of heart oracles. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point to trying to change that which is beyond our control. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. It's kind of what we've been saying, right? Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. My beloved, though we may physically be apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So I do feel like there is this circling back, and there's going to be this reconnection here. That seems like incredibly obvious to me. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but I do see that happening here. Okay. So we have the Wheel of Fortune first. And we have the Hermit. Okay, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Pentacles, you know, it's interesting to me because I feel like there's some sort of family issue here. Somebody's feeling very lonely. And that's a lonely energy, and that's a lonely energy. The Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles reverse. Definitely a lonely feeling. Okay. And we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is coming in with a plan. Gemini, somebody's coming in with a plan. I like it. Wheel of Fortune. I mean, I love these energies. I love these bookended energies here because this is about a turning point. And recognizing that nothing is, there's no assurances in anything. Everything is a gamble, right? It's the wheel. The wheel is a gamble, but it is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is about luck and expansion. It is the most benefic energy. It is. But again, Hermit does indicate going it alone, but you're not just going it alone for a minute, or this could have happened. This could have been leading up to it, right? The energy doesn't understand the calendar. But the Hermit is about going within for clarity and a quest for personal truth and spiritual illumination. So this could be you, or this could have been the energy that you were dealing with, where while you guys were apart, there was a lot of growth going on. There was a lot of wisdom happening, right? Hermit is a Virgo energy. Virgo is the problem solver of the zodiac. You know, and then having this Ten of Pentacles, I mean, this could be realizing that there were family conflicts, there were family issues that were getting in the way. This could be a realization that I'm really lonely without you, you know, I'm saying like as you or them, you know, this idea of I just absolutely miss you and I don't want to be without you kind of thing, right? Because remember, the Ten of Pentacles is also a will you marry me card. Let's deepen this commitment, let's deepen this connection. And when it's reversed, it's like I miss you, I'm lonely. And then we have the Father of Swords again, very strategic thought, very intentional leader in the situation, wanting to come in and just sort of be like, all right, what do we have to do to fix this already? So that could be you, it could be your partner. That's what I see as going on here for the end of October, for the deep love for our Gemini friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.